Mr. Randy Duck and welcome back for another video, and today I've got 3 ace tanker replays to show you in the tier 9 Czech premium medium tank, the Party Wagon, which is the Turtle licensed vehicle which was released on Tuesday along with all the other Turtle tanks, and this one you can actually earn for free by completing the earn op. Now, sorry about delaying getting the video out. Unfortunately, I've been away for work, so I've only just got a chance to play this tank and make the video. But I've got 3 replays for you today, and the last replay is very, very good indeed, and it's definitely worthwhile staying around for that replay. But what I'll do is, before we get into that, I'll just quickly go over the tank, as it is a new tank. So what is this? It's a Czech tier 9 medium tank, and it's essentially pretty much a super buffed version of the Tech Tree Skoda T50. So it basically, rather than having 320 alpha per clip, which the T50 does, has 360 alpha with much better shell velocity. You got 1,520 shell velocity on your standard APCR rounds, which is really nice, with 248 penetration. 1,075 shell velocity on your heat rounds with 310 penetration in your 3-shot autoloader clip, and you basically got more view range than the Toyota T50, more top speed. You got 60 km/h top speed, and you then got a turbo mode as well. So you activate the turbo mode by pressing left on the D-pad, which increases your mobility, so you can go to 70 km/h with the negative effect. Whilst you're in the turbo mode, you can't shoot because your gun handling's really poor, but you just have to push left on the D-pad before you shoot, and then it takes 2 seconds and you can shoot without any penalty. You've got 8 degrees of gun depression, better camo, better view range. It's just a better version in the Tech Tree tank, which I'm not sure I agree with, to be honest, but I'll let you make your own mind up on that. But overall, this tank is fantastic, and I've had some really good games, and I do really enjoy playing it. But what I'm going to do is stop rambling. I'm going to get onto the replays where you can see my crew equipment, and I'll talk more about the tank over in a bit. Okay, so replay number 1, we're here on Thiepval Ridge, where we are in a tier 10 matchmaking. 2 enemy artilleries and 1 enemy light tank, and we're platooned up with our buddy Swindle 321. Now, if you want to see the crew and equipment setup, you can see that at the bottom of the screen as I speak. Now, you can see straight away I've activated the turbo mode, the speed mode, to get my full mobility of the tank to get to the position I want to as quickly as I can. And you can see how mobile this tank really is, and that's one of the key features. You can just zoom around to get to an aggressive position, you can dump your clip, and then you can relocate. It's a fantastic tank, and it is just basically a T50 but supercharged. That is the best way of describing this tank. So we come to underneath the ridge so we can try and spot for our team. Unfortunately, there's a light tank is played very aggressively, but we're able to clip this tank out, and hopefully we should be able to put our 3 shots in. And we do pick up a kill and kill the enemy light tank, which is good news for us, because now we can use this ridge line to spot the enemy team and have cover from our team behind us. Unfortunately, an enemy heavy tank though has overextended to get a shot into us, but he won't be doing that again, because as you can see I do have cover and support, and they're starting to put shots into him, and I am picking up the assistance as a reward to that. So I have lost sort of 600 odd hit points, but I've managed to trade that out with 1,000 damage and the 500 assistance, and taking a key area. So got to be careful on this ridge. There is 2 artilleries who can shoot over, but also there will be tanks covering the tanks on the other side of this ridge. I'm just going to try and keep them spotted for the time being. My friendly team are actually pushing up with us, and we do actually have some decent map control so far. Unfortunately though, I overextend here to try and spot for my team. I do spot, but I end up eating another shot, and it puts me down to 600 hit points, so that's far from ideal. It is going to mean I'm going to have to play a little bit more careful now, but I do pick up another 500 assistance for it, so that's pretty good. Going to try and get some return shots into another Party Wagon here. Actually the Randy Squirrel, so he's a really nice guy as well. He's not me, it's not my twin, that is another player, but we get another shot into him, and we're going to go back into cover, and we're using this sort of windmill here as a bit of protection to stop us getting detected by the medium ahead of us, basically, when he pokes a ridge. So we can say just out of proxy range, and block his line of sight, then hopefully he won't spot us, and then we can try and just keep trying to extend our view range here and catch out tanks like this just spotted across the open. Put 2 shots in, we set him on fire and we pull back in. We don't stay for the 3rd shot because we know someone's about to shoot us, and we didn't want to get over greedy there. And it works out pretty well for us, puts us under 2,400 damage, 1,000 assistance here, and so far so good. It's a very even game at the moment. Can't really fight those tanks on the 9-0 line where they are. It's not that sort of tank. The armour I didn't really talk about. Essentially, you don't have any armour. The armour's very weak. However, what you do have is some random bits of spaced armour, which can actually, when tanks shoot heat rounds at you or HE, it can quite often actually get absorbed in that spaced armour. You can end up ricocheting or absorbing shots that way. So, just essentially, I wouldn't rely upon bouncing any shots, but you do often find that I have had games where I've gone, oh, I just should have got penned there, but the shots got absorbed in my spaced armour. So we got another shot in, putting us on to just shy of 3,000 damage now, and we're in a good position. Hopefully we can finish off this enemy medium tank there, which we do, picking up our 2nd kill of the game. As you can see, we're looking at the mini map. We've got pretty good control, I would say, over the map. We've taken to many key positions here, but it's starting to get a little bit awkward for me to get the damage in. I want to see these tanks on this hill to get taken out behind us, but I need to try and find a way of doing that, and I'm thinking about using my mobility to relocate and see if we can get any side shots in here, and just this position's dried up a little bit for me now, so I activate my speed boost. And this is the beauty of the tank. You can just relocate to the other side of the map if you want, because you've got that fantastic mobility in order to do so. And the concealment of the tank's pretty good as well. I think I've got the concealment down to about 289. So I do run the silent driving perk, the crew perk on this tank, just to help, so I lose a little bit less concealment on the move, which can be very helpful for you relocated. And you can see my plan here, as I'm just trying to find a side shot onto one of those tanks on the hill and see if I can help out our team that way. Here's the enemy heavy tank which shot us earlier. Hopefully I can get a shot in before he gets out of cover. And we actually managed to put 2 shots into him there, putting us on to about 3,600 damage with 1,000 assistance of our own. And we're starting to look like we're going to win this game. So I've gone on to reload here. I'm going to try and use these bushes here to try and keep myself, give me a little bit extended concealment, and try and shoot this Avery here on the other side. Now, I'm waiting for my reload to come off. If he stays there, I should be able to clip him out in 2 shells. And I do exactly that, picking up our 3rd kill of the game. Putting us on to 4,000 damage with 1,600 assistance. Only 6 tanks remaining. And I've got really nowhere else to go at the moment. I think this is a pretty good position. If stuff gets detected, I know on their sort of camping hill at their base, if you like, there's a 50B which I can shoot if he overextends. And I'm pretty sure there's another tank there as well, because I saw some traces early on in the game. It does, just as I was leaving there, that TD gets shot. We do manage to snapshot 1 shot into him, and then it's like this game is done. But this 50B is still full health, so I've activated my speed mode and gone onto a reload, because the time I've got to him, I will be reloaded. And I'm just hoping, can I get one more clip in? I'm hoping he stays full hit points here. He has started to lose some though. He's still got a chunk, but I would have liked him to have his full 1,000 hit points. But can I just get that last clip in? I'm going to go in. At this point, we're not going to lose this game. I don't know if he's reloaded or not, but even if he is and I die, it doesn't really matter. We're going to win. But I'm able to get round him and actually pick up the kill anyway, and pick up our 4th kill of the game, bring this to a total of 5,000 damage, 1,600 assistance. We do in fact get the ace tanker, and that brings us into replay number 1. But let's move on to the 2nd replay of this video. Okay, so here we are for the 2nd replay. Again, we are platooned up with Big Swindle 321 here in this M103, and it is tier 10 matchmaking, but with no enemy artillery. So we're 1 more replay away from the big one. Like I say, the final replay is worth staying around for, because it is a really good game and a hard fought fight. So we're gonna, before we get there, we've got this replay on Kasserine though. So we're going to move into our position here early, use our speed mode again to get to those key positions. So maps like this is ideal, if I'm honest. When you've got a big map and you've got lots of ability to move around that map. So you can try and flank, catch tanks off guard, dump your clip, get back into cover, and then find another location to get your clip in. But at the start here, I almost messed up because I forgot how quick I was going, and I didn't stop in time, and I could have took a lot of bit of damage there. I wanted to stop underneath the ridge to disable my speed mode before I actually poked. But we get away with that one. We got there quite quickly before the enemy team really realised, and we do manage to pick up a few spots, but not any assistance. So this is a location I kind of like to go to on this spawn, on this type, because I get gives me ability to spot tanks, and sometimes I can get some cross shots in over here. But I've obviously got to be a little bit careful as well, because I am getting detected when I'm spotted. So I don't want to pick up any unnecessary damage and lose any unnecessary hit points at the start. So as this enemy light tank I would like to shoot, you can use the ridge lines. You've got 8 degrees of gun depression, which can be pretty nice. It's very workable. And this Prokh here stops to put some shots in, and he pays the ultimate price because we get a full clip in and put us onto 1074 damage. So a great way to start the game there. I think he also gets slapped, I believe, by Swindle in the M103. I'm not so sure. So there we go. We actually ricocheted a shot. That was from the 705 there, and I think he shot a heat shot. Because we didn't bounce anything, but I think we absorbed that shot in our spaced armour, and that's the sort of thing which can happen with this tank, which is just an added bonus. Don't rely upon bouncing any shots, and when it does, just be thankful that it happened. So trying to relocate and see if we can find a different angle, but as I made that advance, you can see I spot an enemy tank destroyer and a heavy tank in that low riverbed area. So I'm going to pull back and hope that they continue to push down that path and see if we can set up almost like an ambush. You're going to try and get a little bit of distance so we can try and get our shots away undetected. That'd be the ideal scenario. Obviously a lot less likely to take any damage that way. So I'm going to just move around, relocate into a better angle, and then hopefully see if we can get any shots in. So I do have some shots at this enemy tank destroyer here. I should be able to pen him. Unfortunately, the heavy tank got in the way. I didn't want to shoot that. I didn't think I was going to pen at that angle. Stupid waste of a shot there on the second one. I kind of shot into a bridge, which was my mistake. I could have aimed at a lot better, and I only got 1 out of my 3 shells in. But one of the beauty things with this tank as well is you reload. You can see you're never really out of the fight for that long. You've got like a 22-second reload for your free shot and for your clip potential, and the way you can dump that clip so quickly. It's really not that long at all. You see us back in the fight, put another full clip this time into that enemy tank destroyer, and now putting them onto a clippable target for me. These tanks though are pushing down the riverbed. There's a full health Tiger 2 or King Tiger there pushing as well. So I've got to be a little bit careful, but you like to think if they do start pushing this way, I've got Swindle in that location I was just at. I can easily ask for help, and I can move myself into a position where Swindle will be able to cover if that's going to be needed. But at the moment I am full hit points, and I'm happy really to eat a shot or even 2 shots off this King Tiger in order to dump my full clip. But he's not paying attention to myself. I opt to shoot for the drive wheel. We pen the drive wheel, and then we track him in the position again, and hoping to pick some track assistance. Our Rhino there did a little bit of parkour to try and get above the King Tiger, and now we're just waiting for our reload to finish so we can actually finish off this King Tiger and help out our Rhino. Unfortunately, it's just, I'm watching him take damage, so I really want to help him, but I need to wait for this reload to come off. But hopefully we can in time to try and save him. If we're lucky, we do finish him off. Unfortunately, the other enemy heavy tank comes round to finish off our Rhino there, and we are on about 4,000 damage now with 461 assistance and 1 kill, sorry, with 4 tanks remaining. But we're going to wait and just go for a full clip. We can eat a shot off of this enemy heavy tank if we need to, but we might even get an opportunity to get a clip into that VZ, and that's what I was hoping for. But he's backed up in a way that I can't actually get shots into him, so I'm just going to decide to eat the shot off of this tank. Annoyingly, he sets me on fire, but thankfully I had enough hit points that it really didn't matter for me, because he's got a very big reload, and I'll be able to finish him off here in 1 clip. Which is what happens, putting us on to 5,037 damage, 461 assistance, 3 tanks remaining, Will I get a reload in just to get a little bit more damage would be nice, but the enemy VZ gets taken out, and it's just this 50 TP left to try and deal with. So hopefully we can get a shot in. We're just trying to deactivate our speed mode. We tried to snap that one in because I thought he was going to die quickly, but we were at least able to get the finishing kill to pick up our third kill of the game. And let's see our total before we move on to this final replay. We get 3 kills, 5,300 damage, getting the ace tanker again. And let's move on to this final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for the final replay on Prokh, and this time we are top tier. There's 3 enemy light tanks, which can be awkward, and 1 enemy fun police. And again, we are platooned up with Swindle 321. Now, this was a replay I was quite excited to actually show you, because it was one of those replays where we just had to work so hard to actually get the win, and then when you got it, it always just feels quite rewarding in the end. So initially we are going to use our speed mode just to get underneath that ridge, deactivate our speed mode, and then just try and spot for our team and see what we can do. But we've got to be a little bit careful, as you can see, because there's 3 enemy light tanks all here, and we can't really overpeak without getting shot by the tanks on the 1-2 line. So we've got to be just a little bit careful in what we're doing, but we're just trying to extend our view range. Like I say, this tank does have decent view range, which is nice, so it does give us an opportunity if tanks on the 1-2 line who are high up, if they fire, they lose that little bit of concealment value, we may actually spot them. So that's my initial plan, and that's what happens at the start. You can see this tank on the 1-2 line does get detected, and we're able to put 3 shots away into that tank at the start of the game without losing any hit points. So a decent start to this game, putting us onto 1,100 damage. Now, as you can see on the minimap, the majority of our team are really just sitting in the bottom left corner and the bottom right hand corner, which is never ideal. You really want to try and take the centrepiece. I know it's awkward with the enemy artillery in the game, but you end up just getting pincered if you don't do that. So we do manage to get 2 shots into that light tank that gets detected, and now the enemy fun police is looking to shoot us. But we're on reload, so we're going to try and dodge and weave. We're not going to sit there and allow the artillery to have an easy shot. We're going to lose our spot and wait for him to fire. He does fire, unfortunately, for our friendly heavy tank there. But we're now going to go back to what we was doing. Just try and spot this ridge. Now, I think Swindle has sort of told us that he's getting shot from the hill. So we're thinking about, might need to go over and see if we can help Swindle in a minute, because the artillery focus, every time you can see this artillery is looking to shoot us. And we don't really want to get shot by the artillery in this tank. You do have a very big engine deck, and the engine, although it only has a 10% fire chance, because of the way the engine is quite a large piece on this tank, you can get set on fire quite a lot. So I want to avoid getting shot by that artillery if I can help it. So we are going to push up and just to see if we can spot the hill for Swindle, because there was targets actually shooting him. But you can see I'm getting out spotted here, and we're starting to lose control. Look at the mini map now, and when your whole team just gets pinched in one side, our light tanks aren't spotting for us, and all our heavy tanks are just in the back of the corner, which really means it's only me, this heavy tank, and Swindle kind of trying to take any control off of this game, and it's kind of crucial that I can try and spot for our team. And now I'm thinking, what can I do? Maybe I can try and push up the 1 line, and we'll try that, see if we can see if we can spot that light tank who was in the bush, so we can try and take him out and gain a little bit of control that way. Try and get our tanks who are just sort of camping in the 1-2 line into the game, give them something they can actually shoot. And that's our plan. And we do manage to spot the light tank, but it comes at its cost. We actually get detected for it as well. But we do also spot a enemy heavy tank there as well. So that plan's not going to work, but we didn't actually lose any hit points. We're trying to dodge, weave. Artillery is looking to shoot us again. And see, Swindle is in bother, and we are losing this game. And I'll be completely frank, I didn't think we was going to win this game at this stage. Just by the way our team was playing, I felt the enemy team were playing it better as a team. And it's going to be a uphill battle, to be fair. But we're not going to give up. We're going to try as much as we can. Now, thankfully, we then do spot these enemy tank destroyers and light tank. And we do get that light tank destroyed. And we get a shot into that enemy tank destroyer, putting them onto a 2-shot to us. But immediately, the enemy fun police is looking to shoot us, because he won't have many other targets spotted to actually hit. So We're going to try and move, relocate, make it difficult for the artillery to hit us. We're not going to make it ourselves an easy target. We do need to stay active and just trying to keep these tanks spotted. If we don't keep them all spotted and they all sort of get close to us, it's going to be very, very, very awkward to win. So we've had a decent game, 2,200, 800 assistance, but we haven't won the hill on the right hand side. We haven't really won anywhere. We're just trying to survive at this point, and it's the artillery, I think, which is making my life the most difficult, because the second he starts looking at me, I have to move, and I'm always conscious that the artillery is going to shoot me. But it feels like this game is either shooting me or he's shooting Swindle, and at the moment he's aiming at Swindle, because like I said, we're really the only two tanks in the middle, so we're the easier shots and the tanks which are spotted. So I'm going to go back now and see if I can go and take the 1-2 line again, because I know that light tank got destroyed and the tank destroyer got pushed back. Unfortunately, I do take a risky route, and that could have cost me, to be honest with you. I do get detected. I was hoping I was going to get over there undetected. I was playing a risky game. Thankfully, we don't lose too many hit points, and we was actually able to take out an enemy tank destroyer as well. But we're now in a 9 versus 11. Our whole team now is literally in this 1-2 zone. You know, our whole team, apart from the artillery and Swindle, and obviously, you know, myself here and that one tank on the hill, it's very awkward. We just don't have that much control over the map. Every time you see artillery is looking to shoot me, so I've got to stay mobile. I just have to keep moving, trying to lose my spot, and I'm waiting for him to fire so I can go back and try and get some shots in. We are picking up assistance when we spot these targets, but Swindle's not in a good position. He's already told me he thinks he doesn't know how much longer he can really hold, you know, to sustain that. Really, he's kind of just trying to fight everything and get shot by the artillery. So he's in a very, very awkward position itself. You can see the artillery tracer was just going straight at Swindle there. We're going to try and spot again. No, we do spot this enemy TD. Can we finish him off? He actually gets shut down by our friendly tank destroyer, and we pick up a little bit of assistance. So we've evened up the scoreboards a little bit here, and now the enemy team are pushing down the 1-2 line. So enemy Guerrilla gets taken out by our tank destroyer, and we're on about, at this stage, you know, 2,500 damage, 2,000 assistance. You know, the game's going, we've had an okay game, but we've pretty much been losing it for the whole game. Swindle gets shut down by the light tank, and I'm thinking it's not going to be long really till I follow suit at this point, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to keep fighting. We was able to finish off that Pantera there, picking up our second kill of the game, putting us under 3,000 damage, and now we've got about 14 seconds on our reload before we can shut down this Ragnarok, and I really need to take him down. He has to die right now if I'm going to have any chance of surviving, because I can't have that tank there. He's going to be able to dump his clip into me, so I've got to try and take him out. Artillery's looking at us. Got to pray that artillery doesn't hit that shot. We hit 2 of our shots, and we do finish him off there, putting us on to 3 kills, 4,000 damage. And then I spot a really crucial bit of information. You know, 3 of their tanks I've just spotted on the 9-0 line, and also 1 down the 6-7 line. That means there cannot be a lot of tanks down the 1-2, and we may have a free run at trying to kill the enemy artillery here. So we're going to try and do exactly that. The enemy light tank gets spotted, but then we spot this enemy Tiger 2, and I'm thinking, right, if we're going to win this game, this Tiger 2 really has got to die very, very quickly, because the enemy team are coming down the other side of the map, and they're going to be making their way straight across to us. So we don't really have a lot of time to play here. You know, we need to get rid of tanks. I need to get rid of the Tiger 2 so that I can go down and kill the enemy artillery, and then we can come back and defend the base. So I'm hoping our friendly team are going to start engaging this Tiger 2. It really is a crucial thing of just trying to kill this tank straight away. We do get a shot for his drive wheel. He is getting shot by our team, and thankfully he gets shut down there. Our artillery does die to the Mantis, so we know the Mantis is on the other side of the map. So I'm pretty confident the only thing I'm pushing into right now was that enemy light tank and that enemy artillery. So I need our TDs to push up and try and cover me, and then we can deal with the stuff coming behind us. But we can't win this game with his artillery still in there shooting at us, his fun police. Light tank shoots at us, just misses. Artillery shot, that's given me a little bit of a time, a little bit of a window. You can see I'm in the speed mode and I'm just rushing because I know exactly where he is. Now we do spot him, and I need to try and get out my speed mode though before we're able to actually shoot this tank. I'm hoping my TDs are going to start to actually shoot him, but I was thinking he's actually going to come off of reload in a minute. And yeah, I'm just praying I don't get shotgunned. We do come out of speed mode, we get one shot in, we get two shots in, we stop for the third shot. Light tank is shooting us as well. Just need this enemy artillery to die. He does run now about 6,000 damage and 3,000 assistance. And now I'm thinking, let's kill the light tanks. What's the two biggest threats to me at the moment? The Mantis and the light tanks, because they're the tanks which have got the mobility. If I can kill those tanks, then I'm probably going to be able to pull off the win here. You know, have an opportunity to kill this one-shot Mantis and I mess it up, which is not good at all. I don't want to get pushed by both those tanks at the same time. I need to kill them before they get there. Thankfully, we track the light tank, which allows us to get the kill on that light tank. Mantis shoots and bounces one shot. Now, I don't think he can... Well, he might be able to clip us out. Now, I've got to be a bit careful. I need to try and get this reloaded. I'm hoping he doesn't push over on us. It looks like he's actually running. I'm on about 6,400 damage now with 3,000 assistance. And this game has been a game where we had to really hard, fight this. It's definitely not won, but we finally got it back to a situation where we can win. We do finish the enemy Mantis, pin us onto our 5th kill, just shy of 7,000 damage. And now it's just one enemy waffle, and all the hard part of the game is now over. And I have no idea how we managed to turn that game into a... Well, it should be a win, right? 3 versus 1. It doesn't really matter what gun he's got. Unless he high rolls, I should be able to eat one shot. But I need to try and find him. Now, I thought he was on the hill actually where that our friendly team are pinging. That's actually kind of where I thought he was. I thought I saw him got spotted over there. So I'm starting to head over and I'm just trying to find him. And I'll be honest with you, all that's going through my mind at this point, I'm having a really good game. I've got 5 kills. I'd love to get the top gun, and depending how healthy he is, I could have a really good game. And I just want to try and find him and get all the damage myself, because I feel like I've earned this extra bit of damage in this game. So I'm trying to find him. I've got the mobility to do that. I thought, has he just continued the path going down the 9-0 of where our team is? He's either gone that way or he's gone back. Maybe he's gone up to this sort of A0 line to hide. But I've got to go and check this out. I extend my view range here. And my plan is I'm just going to lean over this ridge. If I don't spot him, or if he doesn't spot me, then he's got to be the other way. So I'm going to turn around. I'm pretty confident he's probably the other way, and I'm going to go back and just try and find him, and just hoping we can try and get there, and hoping he's got enough hit points left. Now, maybe I should have a clip of HE, because I could pen this tank if I did. So I don't know why I haven't. This might have been something I could do. But I do spot him, and he is full health. Now, I missed the first shot, which is not great. We do manage to connect 2 out of the 3, though. Puts us on to 7,300 hit points. I'm hoping to be able to... I can clip this tank now in one clip. I just want all the damage, because that put me over 8,000 damage and getting the top gun. Now, I'm going to wait before I spot him here. I'm going to wait till my reload is almost done. Then I'm going to poke up, because I want to be able to get this full clip into this target. We're going to stop and just eat the shell. Now, thankfully, he didn't high roll. Otherwise, that came... Well, I think we still would have won, but it would have put a bit of a sour twist. But we do manage to get the kill and put us on to 8,300 damage, 2,500 base XP, 3,000 assistance, of course, getting the ace tank and the high caliber, and my first mark, actually, which is crazy because I haven't actually played many games in this tank. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you do like the video. Like I say, sorry about getting a delay in it. I'll try and get the replay in the other turtle tank soon as well. And as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight.